Hello students. So here for the order of magnitude, when we have taken the radius of Earth as 6400 kilometers, 6400 kilometers, converting it into meters, where 1 kilometer is 10 raised to 3 meters or 1000 meters. I have added these 3 zeros of 1000 meters, that gives the radius of the Earth to be equal to 640000 meter. Now, if I want to convert this value in order of magnitude, what am I going to do is, I should have this value expressed in the term a into 10 raised to n, where a should have value which is greater than 0.5 and less than 5. Greater than 0.5 and less than greater than 0.5 and less than 5, for that I will have to shift the decimal point. See here. In this value 640000, the decimal point is over here. In order to make this value less than 5, I will have to take this decimal point and bring it over here, isn't it? Otherwise, everywhere, if I bring it here, or even here, 6.4 is obviously greater than 5. So I need to shift this decimal point from here and bring it over here. So when the decimal point is brought over here, this becomes 0.640000. Correct? Now, these zeros, okay, in fact, if you count the digits to which the decimal point is shifted, how many digits the decimal point is shifted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, in order to get this value back, I have to multiply it by what? 10 raised to 7. So, this 10 raised to 7 now becomes order of magnitude. Therefore, order of magnitude for this figure will be 10 raised to 7. Getting it? What is the order of magnitude? 10 raised to 7. Similarly, when I go for so 7 will be the order of magnitude in this. Now, if I go for another value, okay, say charge on the electron. This charge on electron is given as, the value is always given to you and you know the value 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So here 1.6 will represent the value of A, correct? Which is greater than 0.5 but less than 5. No problem. Then this becomes the value which will come in the order of magnitude. And to what power? N is what? Integral value, and this n becomes the order of magnitude. So what is the value of n over here? Minus 19. So order of magnitude over here. Here the order of magnitude will be 7. Here the order of magnitude in this case will be minus 19. What is the value of n? Minus 19. So order of magnitude for this value will be minus 19 and the significant figure will be 2. How many significant figures are here? 2. How many significant figures are here? Again 2. Okay. So that is regarding the order of magnitude and the significant figures. Now, there will be some short answer type questions in your paper where you will have to write down the order of magnitude as well as the significant figures in the physical quantities. Okay, so let us go for some examples where we are going to write down the significant figures and the order of magnitude if present in those values. Okay? So let us make a table over here. some of these values as you see on the board. Now for the first value we have 0.789 into 10 raised to 21. Now already when we consider this value over here, 0.789 into 10 raised to 21, it is 0.78, so it is greater than 0.5 as we have the first condition for A, and obviously it is less than 5. So for assigning the order of magnitude, this value is already in the form A into 10 raised to n. Now let us go for the significant figures. From the rules of significant figures, all the non-zero digits are significant. So 3 significant values will be there, digits will be there, 7, 8, 9. 0 coming immediately before and after the decimal point is not significant. So this 0 is non-significant. So how many significant digits will be there? 7, 8, 9. So significant figures will be 3. Order of magnitude will be 21 because this is the value of n in this case. Getting it? See the second one. 6.89 into 10 raised to 3. For assigning the significant figures, there is no problem in it. I can directly write down the significant figures as how many significant figures will be there? 6 is significant, 8 is significant, and 9 is significant. So significant figures or digits will be 3. But for assigning the order of magnitude, I will have to express this in the form A into 10 raised to n. Here if I consider this as A directly, see students, this value is greater than 5. And what does my range of A say? It should be between 0.5 and 5. So I will have to shift this decimal point over here. Getting it? So this value will be equivalent to 0.689. Are you getting it, students? But when I am shifting this 0 from here to here, I will have to multiply it by 10 raised to 1 because one digit is being shifted into this 10 raised to 3 which is already there in the value. So what will be this value? 0.689 into 10 raised to 4. 3 plus 1, 4. So significant figures 3, order of magnitude will become 4. Are you getting it? Sure? Okay. Then we'll go for the next value. Come on. Now by now you must have calculated the next value. It is 1993795. Okay. Now if I take this as the value, decimal point comes over here. In this value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits are going to be significant if I don't consider in this in the rounded up manner or in order of magnitude. Now what I do is, let me write this value in terms of order of magnitude. Decimal point is over here, correct? So in order to make the value of A less than 5, I will have to shift the decimal point from here to here. The decimal point will come over here. So once the decimal point comes over here to this value, this will become 1.93795. Correct? Into 10 raised to. How many digits have I shifted the decimal point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 digits I have shifted the decimal point, right? So this value I can round it up as this. I have to take this, I have to take this, I have to take these values are certain. From here it becomes 3795. So I will eliminate all these values. If I am removing this value, rounding it up, when I remove these values, okay, then I can convert it to what? 4. So I will take it as 1.994. The first 3 digits are certain. This is the first uncertain digit I am taking into 10 raised to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can write 4 significant figures and order of magnitude will be equal to 6. Getting it? In this, decimal point. If I shift the decimal point from here to here, it becomes 7.5. But 7.5 again is greater than 5. So I will have to shift the decimal point from here to here. So this becomes 0.75934. Correct? Into कितने डेसिमल पॉइंट्स, कितने डिजिट्स मैंने डेसिमल पॉइंट शिफ्ट कर लिया है? यहाँ का डेसिमल पॉइंट यहाँ तो 2 डिजिट्स, मतलब 10 raised to कितना आ जाएगा? 2. When you shift the decimal point from right to left, multiply it by the power which is of 10, which is positive, and the other way negative. So from here to here it becomes 10 raised to 2. This value now I can write as 7, 5, okay, 9. I can take this, and these are the uncertain digits. So I will write it as 0. If I write it as 759 into 10 raised to 2. Okay, digit significant will be, if I have rounded up that, significant digits will be 3, order will be 2. When rounding up is done. Okay, I have eliminated those digits if I am doing rounding up. Are you getting it? You don't have to do the rounding up if the values are given to you directly to write the significant figures. Go for writing the significant figures directly. Okay? So, that is about the significant figures and the order of magnitude. Revise this part. Numericals on this part will be asked in your papers, definitely. So that completes the discussion in our first chapter, units and measurements. Okay? Just go through this and we'll begin with the next important point. Students, after discussing the significant figures and order of magnitude in your chapter, units and measurements, we are going to pass on to another chapter, the second chapter in your physics syllabus, and that chapter is scalars and vectors. What is that chapter? Scalars and vectors. Okay. Now this chapter, scalars and vectors, in your syllabus is the mathematical method. So instead of taking it as scalars and vectors right now, you have this chapter term named as mathematical methods. Now this is very important chapter in your syllabus, mathematical method. In this mathematical method, firstly what you have to study are the physical quantities expressed as scalars and as vectors. So we have to see which physical quantities are scalar quantities, which physical quantities are vector quantities. And then we have to go for the types of vectors and the vector operations. After dealing with the vector operations in this chapter, we have to go for the introduction to calculus part in this chapter, where we are going to go for the calculus, that is finding the derivative, limit, derivative as well as integration in the calculus method. Okay, so this chapter is absolutely important because understanding the concepts in this chapter, you will be able to understand the concepts that are going to come in your physics syllabus hence after. Okay students, so this chapter is going to be very important chapter for you, mathematical methods. Now we will begin with this chapter by introducing to ourselves what do we mean by scalar physical quantity and vector physical quantity. So let us first study what are scalars. Okay, what are scalars? Scalars are physical quantities which can be expressed by magnitude alone. So जो फिजिकल क्वांटिटी सिर्फ मैग्नीट्यूड देके एक्सप्रेस हो सकती है, जिनको डायरेक्शन देने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो फिजिकल क्वांटिटीज होती है स्केलर्स. ओके, से फॉर एग्जांपल यू वांट टू मेजर योर मास. आपको आपका मास, जिसे हम वेट कहते हैं एक्चुअली, मास मेजर करना है. तो व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू डू इज you are going to go and stand on the weighing device, right? When you stand on that weighing device, the indicator moves and gives you your mass. 10 kg, 20 kg, 25 kg, 50 kg, 70 kg. Now when you are measuring the mass, you get it as, say your mass is 45 kg. And you will say, oh, my mass is 45 kg. But when I say that my mass is 45 kg, is it necessary for me to say 45 kg north, 45 kg south, east, west? Direction देने की जरूरत है क्या? नहीं. So now this mass is completely expressed by giving only the magnitude. This is what is called as the magnitude of mass. So only by magnitude it is expressed completely. Therefore mass becomes a scalar quantity. Okay. So now along with mass, I want you to list down the other physical quantities which are scalar. In the next lecture, we are going to study what are vector physical quantities. Okay. So you have got now what are scalar physical quantities. Next lecture we will begin with the vector quantities. Okay.